Hi, everybody. I promised you Goldilocks. Well, here she is. Okay, I'm just going to wait for a minute or two to have somebody join. Just moving this in a little bit. Hi there. What do you think? This is what we were talking about the other day when I told you I put that piece on that has that, the curls. It's just, it's just a clip-on piece. And this was a very inexpensive thing that I bought. It's certainly nothing that I would wear for regular use. But I had wanted to try the ponytail kind of look. And it was so inexpensive when I got it that it was worth trying. And I kind of liked a little bit of curly feeling occasionally. But I don't know. I mean, some of you told me that it makes me look younger. I would have to trim the length. It's too long for me. But it is what it is. I also have it clipped a little higher than I normally would, but that's because I'm leaning on the chair and I really don't want it poking me while I'm on here. So, what do you think? Hi, JP. You like it? I think, it's funny. I was watching a video of Nisha's a little while ago. Hi, Myra. Yeah, I'm glad you were able to make it. Hi, Sandy. Yeah, it's interesting. I was watching a video just before I came on that Nisha had done, and it was of Julianne by John Renault. It was a beautiful wig. Actually, it really tempted me. It's in my kind of color. It was in platinum color, and I really loved it. I thought it was absolutely terrific. But she took it and she said she needed to make it look less shiny. My own experience of wigs, when they're good quality wigs that I've gotten that have shine, is they usually look like healthy hair shine to me. My own hair, when it's freshly washed, tends to be shiny. I have shiny hair, and I love the look of shiny hair. So she was spraying it with dry shampoo and she was thinning it out. And I loved the way it looked originally on her. I thought it looked wonderful. It looked nice when she was finished, but I thought it looked nicer before she had done it. So, it's something that I would never do. I would leave it the shiny way. There are some wigs I have found, only in my own experience, it was the cheaper wigs that had a very unnatural looking shine. It was that wiggy kind of shine. But for the most part, it's not been my experience. So I don't know about those of you who have worn wigs, what you think in terms of shininess, or whether you prefer it to look very matte. She also changed the color a little bit, adding some yellow into it to change the color of it, and that's another thing I probably would not do. Hi, Kathy. Yeah, I'm guessing it's something I would definitely not do. Just want to show you this also. I'm going to be doing my nails probably tomorrow, and this is the next one I'm going to do. Can you see it? It's got a little bit of glitzy thing in here. Hi, Simone. Just a tiny little bit. It doesn't really show up terribly well. Yeah, I just don't like the yellow. I thought it took away from what was initially an absolutely beautiful wig that looked absolutely beautiful on her. Hi, Carol. So that is my impression of it. But after the first time that I had said something and had upset her so much, I would never say anything. It's just not my own preference to do it that way. But good grief, that woman looks gorgeous in all her wigs. But then again, she's a gorgeous woman, so she would look that way with anything. I don't know if you can see it any better. I don't think you can. Thanks. It's fun. It's sort of a little bit different, and it's kind of fun to do for a change of pace. As I had said, this was a very, very inexpensive piece that I had gotten on, I want to say, it was either on Amazon or on eBay, and I don't remember which one, but it was cheap. I just wanted to kind of test it out, test out the color and all of that. I think this is going to be my new manicure, hopefully tomorrow. Oh, I think in the package, you might be able to see that little bit of silver in it. So I thought that would be fun. This, again, was a really inexpensive one that I had gotten. Again, either on one of those really cheap sites that used to sell, clothes and accessories and bathing suits and nails and all of that. I find that they don't do it anymore, so I don't know what happened. Maybe they got complaints, because I think when I got these, it took a very long time for them to come. Sometimes I think they came from China, and it took a really long time. Wish or Zoom? No, not at the time. I don't remember if it was Rose Gal or what. There was another one, Sammy Dress. I think that's what it was. Sammy Dress. I'm pretty sure that was the one that I had used back in the day. So I had a number of these. Yes. It's one of the cheap websites that had really inexpensive stuff. But I found with their nails, they had some of the nicest nails. They fit better. They weren't clunky looking. A lot of the ones that we get here, like the Kiss nails, they're very broad. And to me, when I put them on and I look at them, I see fake nails because I know what I'm looking at. I think most people probably don't, but I like the fit of these better. God knows, what they're made of. But they would usually stay on for 2 weeks with no problem. So, yeah. Oh, honey, don't do that. Don't do that, little boy. No. No, no, no. No, yeah, you were just out a little while ago, and it's been nasty and rainy, and you get all dirty, and you get Mama's house all dirty, and it's not so nice, sweetheart. Aw, look, this is what's looking at me at the bottom of my feet. Oh, he makes me feel so guilty. He did it again today, by the way. I told you, he's got a thing about toys. You cannot keep toys in this house. He does not want toys in the house. He wants them out in the yard. And as I told you, to the best of my knowledge, he does not play with them out in the yard. He just does not want them in the house. So it cracks me up. He might, but I talk all the time. You do think so? Yeah. I think it's personal preference. Yeah, that's very possibly true, Sandy. And then it also depends upon how your natural hair is. My natural hair is shiny. When it's clean, it's really shiny. So for me, it's more natural looking when it is shiny than when it's not. But I can certainly see your point. And for a lot of people, depending upon the color of the hair, especially a lot of people with different shades of blondes, tend not to be so shiny. So I think, again, it's just personal preference. And I agree with you. There are many wigs that have the particular shine you get is it looks like a wiggy shine. So I have to take another picture now. I cannot believe this. All right, he went to lie down, and look what came up in his place. Now she's crying. Little girl, go sit, sweetheart, okay? Go sit for a little while. Mommy gave you a cookie before. Go sit. Go sit. What am I gonna do? Oh, don't shake. No. You gonna let Mama have it? Are you gonna let Mama have it? Aw. I may have to get up. I do have to get up. She's not gonna stop. Oh dear, I've got this thing hooked in. I don't know how this is gonna work. I'm gonna unplug it. Can you talk to each other for a couple of minutes while I let them out? Okay, I'm gonna pull the plug on this thing because I can't get off the chair if I don't take it off. Okay, I will hopefully be right back. Sorry. Okay, little girl. Okay, honey. Okay. All right, let's go. Okay. Hi. My leg is feeling just a little bit swollen. You would love to wear wigs, but you have a huge head. They have different size caps, certainly, so you could try it on in a wig store and see if there's something that fits you well if you wanted to try it, Myra. You definitely could do that. What was being talked about while I was gone? Gee, my leg is really bothering me today. 23 inches, that is on the bigger side, yeah. I think I'm about 21 and a half, something like that. Let me see. I want to see what I missed. Aw, your dog started crying because she heard them. Oh, okay. Okay, so everything. Yeah, I don't know. I shouldn't say. I know people have done very well with the human hair wigs, but I think it's more intensive in terms of taking care of it. Hi. The large wigs. 95% are not made in large? Really? I thought they had the petite average and then the average large. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, yeah. No, people just have the hair cut and have the wigs made. And of course, they talk about the different types of hair. I wonder what it means when they talk about Remy hair. I don't know if that's the way you pronounce it for the human hair. But I think when they say that, they're suggesting that it's a better quality. Wow. Let me just take a look and see about the wigs in large. How big are your feet, Myra? They're so pricey and they don't hold. They're curl. Yeah, you have to do exactly. Yeah, I'm a size 10 also, Myra. Yeah, and finding shoes is not always the easiest thing because the tends seem to go really quickly. Okay, I'm looking up wigs with a large cap size. Oh, now they're showing the Remy hair. Shop large wigs. For a comfortable fit, women with larger head sizes should choose a large cap wig. Large cap wigs are made for those women who have head measurements of a large size. The large, what did I miss? Yeah. The large head size falls between 22 and a half and 23 and a half inches. Women with these measurements may find that large size wigs are the perfect fit. So that's good to know. They're showing, I think a lot of them do use Asian hair. When I put in large wig cap and then it said buy or shop large wigs, it started, oops, oops, what did I do? It started to show me, oh, oh, yeah, I don't have John Renault yet, but I definitely want that somewhere in my future. You wear a large in hats. Oh, okay. So that's an 11 in the US. They are showing some nice styles, so I'm sure that it's probably the same thing as it is with anything in a larger size where they have a more limited supply. Gabor, I find, tends to run a little bit on the, well, it feels like a smaller size. When I usually get my Gabor wigs in, I look at them and I think it will never fit on my head because it looks small. But the truth is they're tremendously stretchy and I find them enormously comfortable. So I don't usually have an issue with it at all with Gabor. So that's kind of been surprising for me. But I do have an average size head. I've got about 21 and a half. So, yeah, it might be easier for me to do. I think I'm going to try to do the video tomorrow on making that soup. I I really love them. I've been very happy with them. I've been very lucky with most of them. I mean, even the ones that I hated when I first put them on, I wound up liking in the end. There were only 2 wigs that I got that I really don't like for me, and neither one of them has a lace front, and that's probably why. The e.l.f. brush cleaner, it was crap. Kathy, the best cleaner for brushes for me is that Zote soap. And I was thinking of doing another demonstration using it. All my brushes need cleaning. It's fast, it's easy, it's insanely cheap, and it does an incredible job. You use the Dove? The Zote soap, I had used many other things before, but the Zote soap, even when you have a lot of makeup in a brush, where it may not come back to the original color, especially if the color was light or white bristles, I find that with the Zote soap it does. I get the Zote soap, they have it on Amazon, but don't buy it there, it's more expensive. They have it or have had at Walmart. That's one of the places. And it was running really cheap. I think, wait a second, let me take a look. Oops, wrong thing. Whoops, I'm doing this wrong today. see, Zote soap. The first bar that I bought, it shows it at Walmart. Here it is. This is what it looks like, and it comes in two colors. It comes in pink or it comes in white. That's it. It has a little bit of a smell when you first open the bar, but it goes away quickly and it does not come back. What the heck is this? Wait a second. Why is it showing $6.85? I don't understand why it says $6.85. Let me see. Yeah, they have the individual bars here locally. It's $1.08 a bar. It was under $1 the last time I bought it, but things have gone up. Is that not focusing? There you go. It was $1. It was 97 cents the last time I bought it, but now it's showing at $1.08. And as I say, I'm going to have that thing will probably last longer than I will. I have a dent in the, I'm going to do another video showing it, because I cannot believe I can literally take 25 brushes and I can wash them in 25 minutes with the Zote soap, and they absolutely a bargain. And it comes out, they come out like brand new. They come out soft. They are absolutely wonderful. The soap is made in Mexico. And in my Walmart, it was more in the laundry detergent section. And in my Walmart, they had it high on a shelf. So if I were looking by the regular soaps, I would have missed it. See, you might want to check that out. Doesn't dry them out. It doesn't dry them out at all. It keeps my brushes like absolutely like new. I have not had to replace a single brush since I'm using that Zote soap. It's great. And I use one of those little rubber things that I put over my fingers that have that little scrubby section, but I'll show it to you. I'll do that again because I think it's just so worthwhile, and it's such a great way to go. Why do you have to spend more than you need to? And it brings them. But I used a really expensive thing. They grate it to make. It's actually, yes, a lot of people do use it for laundry soap. And I think it actually was supposed to be a laundry soap. Well, I would like to tell you that I do it every week, but I don't always. But that's because I have a lot of brushes. So if you use the same brushes over and over again, and if you use them every day, I would say once a week is good. If you can get away with it, maybe once 10 days, 2 weeks, whatever. But I'm going to show you some brushes that have a lot of makeup on them, and you'll see just how quickly the stuff works. I find it amazing. I had learned about it originally. It has to be over a year ago now, or at least a year ago. Must be over a year ago. I learned it from Carol, the old Carol show. She had done it. Oh, okay. White Remy? Yeah. Yeah, I'll try to do that. Well, I have to wash my brushes anyway, so maybe I'll get that one done tomorrow. I've got to get the one. If anybody else wants to send me pictures with their pets, do it right away because I'm going to be doing that video shortly. I have some of my brushes forever too. I tend to keep them for a long time because I really do well with them. When I first started with makeup, when I first started playing with it, I bought quite a bit of makeup from Adrienne Arpel back in the day, and she always had brushes. She had the worst brushes. They were terrible. They would shed like crazy, and they did not wear well. I know, isn't that funny? I love to watch people cleaning things too. There are so many things that I need to clean that I really should do videos of many of them, because I think it could be something helpful. And I definitely am going to plan on doing a video or a few, if people like them, about shopping my own closets. Yeah, they were the worst brushes. And I still have a few of them. I never use them, but I see them in the cups, you know, the mugs that I keep my brushes in. And every time I look at one, I think, oh my God, it was the worst stuff. So I wonder how good her makeup was in the end. You know, she kept saying about how, look how great she looked using her products, but she didn't allow for the fact that she was having work done. Yeah, I think the shopping in my closets, what I'd like to do also is to show you, if I take a basic outfit, let's say slacks with a top, maybe I'll try to show it to you 3 different ways that you can wear it, having a totally different look, and just picking things out of what you might have in your own wardrobe. Or if you don't, you know, a single piece that you might want to buy that would work to give you a really great look. So yeah, I'm gonna plan on doing that. And you know, I think I have, of course, I have a whole lot of things that I bought over a good few years from Chico's. So I have some really nice jackets or sweaters that I had bought from them over time. But you can do it with anything. You really can. I found in a plastic bin, I found some older stuff that I had that I had not worn, I guess, for a couple of years, because I didn't see the particular plastic bin, which of course tells you that I have too much. So, yeah, Chico's, I did not discover Chico's when most of my friends did. I actually never looked at this stuff for years that they were in the location in my town. But one day I went with somebody and I walked through the store and I said, oh, wow, I love this stuff. My second impression was, wow, they're pricey, because their slacks were running anywhere between $89.99 and $99.99 a pair of slacks. And I thought, I really didn't want to be paying that. Well, 79 to 99 was typical for their bottoms. And then they had some that were much more. But when I discovered Chicos.com and I discovered the Chico sales, I got the most incredible buys. I mean, I got things that were, well, you saw, if you've seen my old videos, I had a couple of Chico's hauls where things might have been $129 or $179, and maybe I got it for $39, or, you know, sometimes a whole lot less. So I did really well over the years getting the stuff. So yeah, so I am definitely going to plan to do that, and I think that'll be a fun thing to do. There is a Talbot's. Talbot's has beautiful stuff. Talbot's is again on the pricey side. I don't know if Talbot's has good sales. I also like the catalog Soft Surroundings, but they too are on the pricey side. And when they have sales, they only have a little bit off based upon my experience most of the time. So I tend not to go that route. Of course, now I'm going no route, but when I was shopping, they just closed the Talbots. Oh, wow. There was a really nice one out on the island. They do have nice clothes. They really do. Yeah. So there are a number of places like that. There's another one that is on the tip of my tongue, but I can't quite conjure it up, with it classy. Yes, yeah, Dress Barn definitely has a nice selection. We have that locally. It's usually beside Chico's. there's another one. Oh, Ann Taylor. Ann Taylor has some nice stuff too. J. Crew. Yeah. They have nice classic kind of stuff. All these places. I tend to prefer to buy things that are more on the they sort of lean more to the classic look because I think you can wear them longer. I have worn clothes that are 30 years old, and I don't know that anybody would necessarily know, except if it's a jacket and it happens to have shoulder pads. But aside from that, I really don't know if people would know it. So, yeah. And I tend to prefer to do, oh, yes. I like White House Black Market a lot. They have some really nice stuff. Yeah, I was showing that to, actually, I learned about that from my physical therapist at Glen Cove Hospital. She was looking for some stuff for, I think it was when she got engaged or for her brother's engagement party or something, I don't remember. And she was showing me some of the stuff. So yeah, I wonder how she's doing. I really have to be in touch with those girls. They were so nice. Yeah, I think we probably do have the same taste. Yeah, I think it's really great. I love to see things that can be worn in different ways. It's interesting. Susan, Little Poet, has a very different kind of taste, but it's very her. Hold on to the jackets with. Oh, I believe that they will. Question is, will I last long enough? Um, I think Susan, she goes for the romantic looking clothes. You can still wear your earrings that are 30 years old. Yeah, I really one of my biggest problems in life is that I keep things. I really don't like to throw things out. I keep things, and it's created a huge issue for me sometimes. I am going to have to leave you again for a minute because they're barking, so clearly they want to come in. So bear with me and talk among yourselves for a few minutes. Um, yes, they were asking to come back in. So I'll be right back. Forgive me. Come on, guys. Who wants a cookie? Oh, that's two. Come on, baby. I need my third. Come on, my. Mommy has a cookie. Milo, I'll get your cookie. Come on, baby boy. Come on, babe. Girl. Come on, Milo. Come get your cookie. Come get your cookie. Here you go, my baby boy. Oh, I got something in my eye. I don't know if I told you. What is it? What did I miss? Yeah, it's really hard. Oh yeah, I love Susan. I absolutely love Susan. I love her style too. I really do. As I say, she has a very romantic style. but she's got a very romantic outlook on life as well, and I find her so refreshing and so delightful and very special. On Tuesday, I am going for my first. Um, I'm going for my first physical therapy session as an outpatient, and I'm really looking forward to it. And I'm a little bit nervous. I just hope that it doesn't hurt. I mean, I know it will give me some pain, but I hope it doesn't harm. And, I hope it doesn't set me back at all. But I'm really looking forward to going, and I'm really excited to meet this man because he came very highly recommended to me from two separate people. One of them was the visiting nurse I had. He told me that he was wonderful. And the other one was one of the gals that I work with. She told me that he was wonderful. So I will let you know about that. My appointment is on Tuesday at 12:20. And so I'm trying to do the very best I can with that because my goal is to get back to work on a more regular basis. I actually want to go into the office and sit there for a while. I'm sort of afraid to sit there too much right at the moment. I'm going to have to see how it is because people tend to come in when they have colds, and the last thing I need is to get sick. Actually, when I went to lunch with the girls on Thursday, one of the girls was sick and she didn't tell us. And when she got in the car, she said, I didn't know if I'd be able to go because I was really sick as a dog. And she had a bad cold. And my own personal feeling is that it's a little selfish to not let people know so they have an option about whether or not to go. You just want to have the choice because for me, I've been so sick. I don't want to be any kind of sick anymore. I just want to be well. I just want to be healthy, and I want to be able to function on whatever level I can that's going to be my best, whatever my best turns out to be. I am beyond grateful. Ever since I've been able to drive, it has given me back my independence to a degree. I'm just grateful for all of it, and I just pray that I can come further so that I can worry less about the financial part of my life, which is terrifying. But, so I'm hoping that I can do that. And I'm hoping that the physical therapy is going to be a really good next step. And I'm going to share with you exactly my experience of it. I wonder if he would let me film it a little bit. I'm going to ask him. So he either will or he won't. But I will definitely let you know. What makes you mad, Simone? Um, there was something else I had wanted to tell you about also. Hi, Gina. Thanks a lot. This is a hairpiece I wanted to show everybody. Yeah, no, I agree. It makes it really difficult because I always say that people who are so willing to share their germs, if only they were just as willing to share the good stuff. Yeah, I know. It's in the platinum, so it's the color of my hair. It's very, very frustrating. Once again, I think it's all about choice. If somebody tells you and then you don't mind, that's okay. But I have to tell you, my other friend was really upset as well. And she called me afterwards and she said, I can't believe that she didn't tell us, that she didn't give us the option of going or not going. And I said, quite frankly, I would not have gone. As much as I love those days out, it's just so wrong. And we were captive audience in the car, and she started sneezing, and I thought, oh dear God, please. So I've been taking extra vitamin C. Last night I felt like there might be the stirrings of something, and I find for me, sometimes if I catch it early enough that I can avoid it, but I pray that I can. In this case, we saw her Thursday. Typically for me, it's a 3-day incubation period for me to get a cold. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, tomorrow would be the day that I would really start to feel it, if in fact I was going to. So I'm going to pray that I'm not, because I have too many things to do, and then I have to start to get ready another week or so after that. You did physical therapy? Oh, yes, to do the exercises at home. You're absolutely right. I know that. I do exactly the same thing, Simone. I really do. I had to laugh. One day I was at the supermarket and I needed to get milk. And it was hard for me to reach that section of the supermarket because it's not a huge supermarket, but it's like anything else in life. When you can't do something, it seems more monumental than it really is. You have low immune system. It's it's just excuse me. It's just so wrong when they do that. I think it's just thoughtless at best and selfish at worst. I really do. So, yeah, I know I am definitely going to have to do my exercises when I'm at home with the physical therapy to make sure that I get the most out of it. And there was something else I wanted to respond to, and I lost my train of thought. So bear with me. Oh, about the coughing. That's what it was. What happened was I was headed toward the milk, and I was right close to it when the guy who was restocking the milk started to cough. I turned. Oh no. I better not be getting a cold. I, t- I, t- I turned my cart around and I headed in the other direction. And I didn't go back for a while. I really stayed in the store much longer than I had planned to because I flatly refused to go anywhere near that, the milk cabinet. So, yeah, I will go out of my way to not be there. I also hate if I'm standing in line for something and somebody right behind me is coughing or sneezing. I'm like, are you kidding me? And then I always try to remember, at least now in supermarkets here, they usually have those wet wipes, those things, to clean your hands. So what I will do is I will clean my hands and I'll clean the cart off, and then I go about my business. But I have to remember not to touch my eyes or not to touch anything until I can sanitize my hands. It's really bad. And once again, I think very often the people who, yeah, those wipes help. But I think the people who are so willing to share their germs are never so willing to share the good stuff. They sound like they're barking, exactly. I have to tell you, when I did and I don't know if anybody remembers this, excuse me, but when I did my radiation therapy, there were a few days that one of the guys who worked there in that department, he sounded like he was barking like a walrus. Is it a walrus? He was barking. He sounded horrible. Okay, what am I missing? Oh, did Carla come in? I didn't see Carla. Yeah, it was really scary. Hi, Carla. It was really, really scary because I said, here are people who are being compromised by the treatment. And to have somebody there who was sick as a dog and was working at the reception desk where everybody signs in, where they had hand knit caps for people. Oh, hi, Belle. Oh, thanks, thanks. Yeah, this is kind of fun. I just wanted to show it to everybody because a few people had asked about it the other day. It's just a clip on. Um, so yeah, I think just one of my little rants. I don't I don't like people who are inconsiderate of other people. I think it's terrible. It's really terrible. It's like when we went into the restaurant that we go to most of the time. One week there was a party there. The party took up they had one long table. I would guess maybe there were 12 people there. I don't think there were more than that, but say 12 or 14. And it got louder and louder and louder. Yeah, to wear a mask in public. When you go to doctor's offices now, they have masks there, and they say that if there's any reason that you should do it, you should be wearing a mask. And I avoid people like crazy when I'm sick because I don't want to give anybody else my germs. I know. I just was so astounded by that. I mentioned it to the doctor. I mentioned it to a couple of nurses, and I said, listen, I don't want to get anybody in trouble, but this is frightening because this compromises our immune system anyway. Exactly. Michael Jackson used to walk around with his mask all the time. So I definitely can see that, and I think especially when you hit the winter season. But of course, mine was in the summer. You know, it's amazing when I think about it now. It is fully, well, today is the 5th, is it? And his kids, right? um, in just a week, it'll be 6 months if they were shorthanded. I missed the last part of that. Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing to me. This is really funny. I will be very upset if I'm starting to get that cold. Yes, I knew you meant that. Um, I'm going to take some extra vitamin C tonight. I took extra this morning. I took I typically take 500 milligrams every day, but I took 1,000 milligrams this morning. Normally, when I feel a cold coming on, I take 1,000 in the morning and 1,000 at night for 3 days to try to ward it off. And typically for me, it does work unless I was really badly exposed or unless my immune system is running low. So I'm hoping I can. So I think tonight I will take some more vitamin C with my evening tea, and I'll see what I can do. I hope Sheila's doing well. I hope she's feeling well. I know she's had a couple of days where she wasn't doing so hot, so I'm hoping that she's really feeling great. Yeah, with vitamin C, supposedly, according to what I've been told, anything your body doesn't need, it excretes. So I've never had an issue with it. I typically don't take more than 2,000 milligrams a day when I'm feeling something come on. Yeah. So that's what I figured. And as I say, I just take 500 milligrams naturally. They made me stop all of that when I was on radiation. Yeah, she's just had a couple of days where she wasn't her typical bubbly self, and you know, she's such a giving person that I always worry when she's not feeling well because she's always the one who's there for everybody else. She was such a savior for me during this whole process because it was very scary. Hi. Double up on the vitamin C, exactly. Yeah, I do. I know. Isn't she wonderful? She's got a great sense of humor. She can laugh at herself a good bit of the time and laugh at life, which sometimes you have to laugh. But she's as kind as anybody I know and just really, really goes out of her way. There were a few times when I was in the hospital that I would text her and say, am I dying? When they had to put the NG tube in, I was so upset about it and so nervous about it. And and she said to me, "No," she said, "actually, no, 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 there's nothing real, no, nothing, I don't want you to really worry." She just had a couple of days when she wasn't feeling up to herself, and I just, I just want to make sure she shoots straight, absolutely. That's what I like to. I love people who are, what you see is what you get. I just, I don't like phony anything. I like real people. I like real conversation. He used to say during his treatments, "Not today." Yeah, exactly. When I had to have the NG tube, I had an ileus. I didn't even know what an ileus was at the time, although the first thing that Sheila said to me was, "Is it an ileus?" I said, "I have no idea." So when the doctor came in the room, um, I said, "Is it an ileus?" And he said, "Yes, it is." And it was like, okay. And she said to me, "Once you have the NG2 put in, you'll feel a whole lot better within about a half hour," which I did, but it was not my favorite experience of this lifetime, I will tell you. So yes, Sheila has been there through thick and thin, as they say. And definitely going to take that extra vitamin C tonight. I do not want her cold, as in poo poo poo. So is there anything that anybody else wants to talk about particularly tonight? She is very comforting. She really is. Yeah, I can't tell you how enormously helpful she was. And she was the one who helped to share my information so people didn't have to wait for me the entire time I was not only in the hospital, but the hospital, then the acute rehab, then the regular rehab, then back to the hospital before I came home. I could not get videos out. They would start to load and they would hang up and they would not load. The only thing I was able to do when I discovered that I was able to do it was those live streams, until my roommate got furious with me that I was doing the live streams, and she was giving me a really hard time for a while. I wonder how she's doing. I hope she's well. In the end, she turned out to be a really good advocate for me, so you never know exactly what people are like. I need some hot tea. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that would be nice. The tutorial on the false lashes. Oh, I'm getting a pain right behind my knee. Ouch, that hurts. Yeah, my leg has been a little bit more, it hurt a little more today. It was a little bit more swollen today. But I think, again, it's been raining so much here. The barometric pressure just keeps changing. No, please, change the subject. You're entitled. This is your party, too. Okay. Really? One of the lipsticks that I got, by the way, on from Ulta, it was in those little, it was when they had that sale, it was the man wig. Okay, I definitely missed something. I'll have to catch up. There was a box that they had a really good sale on of the liquid lipsticks in different, some were matte, some were glossy, some were shimmery, whatever. And there are two of them so far that I found that I really liked a lot. So I would definitely get them again. The frustrating thing for me with stuff like that, when they put it in a kit, when they don't write down the name of the color. Why would they do that? Then how can you get it again? The very first highlighter that I got in my very first train case from Ulta when I first started playing with makeup, seriously, 2 years ago. It had the best cream highlighter. I loved it. But I kept asking them what it was. Nobody knew. So it was, I could never find it again. So that sent me on my quest for the perfect highlighter, which took me a very long time. And I can't say that I found the best. Okay, let me see what I missed. Really? You had to send, you got two toppers or one, Gina? I wonder if there's a special way that you have, although a topper, by definition, should just go on top and then be worked into your hair, I would imagine. I don't know. I've never bought one of those, so I have absolutely no experience with it or familiarity with it. I have seen a few of them reviewed, though, by the different wig sites online over time, but I really haven't paid attention to it. Certainly not lately, so I'm not sure. Oh, okay. Yeah, my hair is also very fine, so that creates a really big problem for me. I have to laugh because often when I get my hair cut and they do that sort of asymmetric bob for me, people think that I have thick hair because of the way she does it. She really gives me a good haircut, my hairstylist, I must say. Although she did say to me last time, don't wait a year till you come back again. And it's actually been over 6 months because I went before I went, before, actually, I think I went before I even started radiation. I think so. It's a long time. It was a tough year. And it's over. Yay! That is a good thing. I'm looking forward to a much better year this year. I really am. I'm praying for a good year. Oh, hi, Pam. Oh, I'm so glad that you did. Oh, I'm really so glad that you did. I really love to share stuff like that based upon what I'm experiencing because in the hopes that maybe it'll help somebody else in some way that fits in their own lives. And yeah, it's meaningful to me. So thank you. I'm glad. That's how, who wears hers? Oh, you dyed your hair that color or you got a wig that color? Oh, your daughter? You took the plunge. Yeah. I almost dyed my hair at one point, but my hairdresser talked me out of it. She said don't do it. She said you're going to be sorry you colored it. Yeah, and it was a permanent color, I trust. You'll get used to it. I'm sure you will. Yeah. They always used to tell me when I first started dyeing my hair that I should do a semi-permanent color, and I said no if I'm going to do it because it didn't have the same look. It just, I don't know. So I was glad that I did it the way that I did it. And as I say, these days, he likes it better than the red. Well, you know something, that's good, but you have to like it. So again, if you don't like it as much yet, it could take getting, it doesn't cover the gray, right? It doesn't. It sort of leaves it like two-tone. Oh, do you? Oh, okay. So then you're brave. You're a braver soul than I am. Because I never was that. I was always afraid. I remember when I first started, you dyed your hair for years, copper red. Copper red can be such a beautiful color if you have the complexion for it. There were two women in my office who had that color hair, and it was striking. It was just beautiful. But for me, I'm sort of limited in the choices that I have because of my skin tone. Yeah, it really is a pretty, pretty color. I was shocked that I was able to wear red, but again, when I look at myself in the mirror in any of those darker wigs, I see a much older woman than I see myself as when I'm in the light hair. Maybe because I'm used to it for such a long time that it's who I am. You know, it's just the way God designed me at the moment. So it is what it is. Eggplant. Oh, that's fun. That definitely is fun. Yeah, I like it. I'm really happy with green eyes. I love green eyes. My son has green eyes. Oh, your hubby didn't like it? Yeah. I don't have a cold yet, but I was exposed to a bad cold on Thursday, and all of a sudden I sound very nasal, and I realize that I do. I'm going to take extra vitamin C. Oh, that is fun. Yeah, I really love green eyes. When David was a baby, his eyes were blue. And I was so astounded that I would have a child with blue eyes, though my mother's sister and my mother's father had beautiful blue eyes. But the rest of my family had dark eyes. I pray. You have green eyes. Yeah, green eyes are just beautiful. And so when David was little, I used to dress him in blue all the time because I was so amazed that any child of mine would have blue eyes. But ultimately, they turned to green eyes, and he's got really pretty eyes, really nice color. His father had hazel eyes. Hazel, yeah. And they were very in the green part of the hazel range, dishwater blonde. So, oh, highlights last a long time. Yeah, yeah. I never really did the highlights. What happened was when I turned gray and when I started to dye my hair, it took the dye differently, the different shades in my hair, so it looked like I had highlights in my hair. So it was really funny. I didn't have to do that, and it worked out well for me. And then when I stopped doing it, I have not looked back in a long, long time. I'm just really happy. David weighed, interestingly, David weighed 7'10" when he was born. And most babies lose weight in the hospital. He gained 2 ounces, which astounded me. But he then didn't gain in the beginning, and he scared me a little bit. He was, um, yeah, but he was 7'10". He was such a cute little baby. He really was. I have to show you pictures sometimes. I found, I don't know where I put it. I had one of those frames that a lot of mothers get, you know, with the little, I don't know if he was a few months old, where it's like 5 different shots in different, you know, different positions. He had huge eyes. His eyes were absolutely huge, and I used to love to look at it. They have black eyes and brown. Oh, yeah. Well, it's recessive, so he's a cute little man. Yes. He, I showed you those pictures the other day that he sent me from California. I think that was on the other phone, though. Um, yeah, I don't know. Did I save it? No, I don't think so. I think that was from the other phone. Yeah, too bad. What did I miss? Oh, is it frozen? No, not frozen. Okay, good. Yeah, I hate when that happens. It makes me totally crazy. Yeah, no, it's on. Oh no, it's on this one. He so rarely sends me pictures of himself that I always love when I get it. I don't know if I had shown you this. This is when they were at Malibu, he and Dylan. It's not. And this one. Yeah. So I really love it. It's just so rare. He sends me photos with the kids when they come to see him rather than when he goes to see them, because then I guess they're just so busy running around doing their usual thing. But it's nice, and I love getting them, so it just feels good. I really love this one too. It's such a reflective kind of look. Look at this. I mean, I'm getting all the glare on it. Yes, yes. Yeah, he has a beautiful soul. You know, that's important to me. I think just being caring and loving and open and receptive is nice. I was so excited the other day. I heard from my younger brother. I haven't really been hearing from him during this whole process. That's his significant other. And yeah, she's a beautiful girl. Yeah, thanks, Gina. And I got a text from my brother and he sent me some pictures, so it was really nice. I just loved getting it. It was wonderful. And I told him how wonderful it was because you don't realize time goes by, and the older we get, the more you're aware of time going by when you're not kind of keeping in close contact with the people who are most important to you in the world. So I'm very happy to have had that connection again. And I let him know I actually have to be in touch with his son because they just had their second child. His wife got very sick when she was pregnant with their first one several years ago, so she hasn't had a second until now. So that's nice. They are no, no, they're just together. They've been together for the past, I don't know, maybe 4 years now. Although they met when, I don't know if the picture is on this phone. They met when she was, I think, 16 and he was 19, something like that. And I had a picture somewhere of the two of them back then, and then a picture that was current. And it was so amazing to see the two of them. He 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 met her. She lived in California. We lived in New York. And he went out to visit and he came back enamored. I didn't take him seriously because he was very young. And I made that mistake a few times in my life. I think I told you I did that with my younger brother as well, who told me when he was 11 that he was going to be a nuclear physicist. And I said, "You're going to want to be so many different things by the time you grow up." He's a nuclear physicist. So he knew exactly what he wanted to do at 11. And David fell in love when he was very young. And they wound up getting back together after all those years. So it was amazing. Yeah. So I'm just happy for the two of them because I think one of the great gifts that we can get in life is when we get to experience true love, when we get to have that kind of caring that goes beyond anything and you just know it's there and it's something that is so meaningful to both of you. It's a great gift. It is. It is a great gift. I'm just trying to see if I have that photo here because I would love you to see it. It was just such a nice thing to have, but I really think it might be on that other phone, so maybe I'll show it to you next time. I have to ask you, I was thinking about this the other day. Am I coming to you too often with these things? Are you finding it too much? Um, oh, okay. Because I don't, oh, look at this. I came upon that photo again of my physical therapist when I was in the rehab. What a great guy. He was so terrific and he helped me so much. Absolutely adore him. So that was a wonderful thing, and I don't think I have that photo. What the hell are you gonna do? Oh, wait a minute. What did I miss? Oh, okay. Let me see. You enjoy them? Okay, I just thought maybe I'm just doing it too often and it's getting to be tedious or oh, this is really funny. I want I took a picture of Linda. She would kill me if I showed it to you. She would absolutely kill me because because she specifically said she didn't want to be in any photos. I just wanted to show you this. When I was in the first rehab, that was the acute in hospital rehab. That was their, is that a Cobb salad? And you had a choice of whatever you wanted. It was huge and it was absolutely delicious. Their food was so good in that place. Look at this, baby lamb chops with couscous. Not all of my salads are gone, but a good many of them are gone. I have to tell you, the one that was my favorite was the spinach salad. It was baby, puppy's crying, I know, and I don't know why, but I don't want to address it because then she's going to do it more. So I'm trying to play it low for right now till I get off. Um, Obviously, if it gets more intense, I will address it, but I'm going to try not to. So, oh, I totally lost my train of thought again. Oh, this. The day that they served this, I could not believe. It was crepes with strawberries with a slice of ham for breakfast. They had a chef who worked for them, and I just could not believe how good the food was. This is funny going back to these things. And this is when I was leaving, when I saw the view that I never saw from the hospital. That was from my room, but the bed faced away from the window, which I thought was so bizarre. Why would you not want people to see the beautiful view? Aw, this was my roommate. She was getting to go home the next day. She was so excited. She kept in touch with me for a little while afterwards. I hope she's okay. She really had a problem. Do you want to see a really disgusting picture? This was the day they put the NG tube in. Ugh, I'm not leaving that one up for long. But that was really, ugh, horrible. No, I think I have to give up on those pictures of David with, oh God, you want to see an old, I don't know if I showed you this. This is a picture of me, David's father, and David. It was miserable. It was miserable. Wow. We looked like kids. We really looked like kids. David looks a lot like his father. He really does. Oh my. That's a whole long time ago. Let's see. Pictures of David growing up, my family. We were kids. We were. I got married very young. Yeah. Yeah, this is almost identical. It's another one. Yeah, David looks a lot like his father. He really does. Yep. I can't believe. I mean, look at me. I look like I really look like a baby. Son of a gun. Wow. I remember that dress. Isn't that funny? The things that we remember from the past, the little things. Yeah. Oh, talking about that, I have a funny story about that, Belle. When we were on our honeymoon, we were at a hotel that was rather famous at the time up in the Catskills called Grossinger's, and a lot of theatrical people would go there also, and they had a lot of performers there from the stage. And I look 16, I really do, and he does look like his father. Yeah, exactly. We were babies. It's amazing to me. It just it takes me back. Oh my God, this is when David was bar mitzvahed. Wow. Look at how short David was. And between 13 and 14, he grew a lot. My older brother Marty is here, and my brother Steve is there. My mother, my sister-in-law, and my nephew Neil, my other sister-in-law, and my nephew. Which one is that? I can't see. That's Alex. Or is that Jake? That could have been Jacob. Jacob's the older one. Wow. Oh my God, I'm really going down memory lane today. Oh, what I started to say though was we went to Grossinger's, and hi Mary, and the day that we were getting ready to leave, I believe, my father-in-law had a coat house in the city, and there was a very exclusive manufacturer in the same building. And as a gift, he and my mother-in-law got me a, a couture suit and a big brim hat. And I wore it on my honeymoon. And this guy who was, he worked there, and he was a little bit developmentally challenged. And he came running around in front of me. He looked at me and he said to me, "Are you famous?" And I said, "No." I said, "I'm not." I really felt so bad, but he was so excited because he thought he was seeing somebody famous. I don't know why I'm going down this road, this memory lane tonight. Going back and touching those memories again. Yeah. Yep, and I remember it. I can almost conjure it up. I Funny story about that too, Belle. One of the doctors who treated me when I was in the acute rehab, sweetheart, I loved her. Um, when she found out that I had a YouTube channel, she said, "You're famous." And I said, "Here I am. This is my fame. This is my claim to fame. My life as I share it with you all." And it's a lot of fun. It really is a lot of fun. It's interesting. Susan had asked the question in her latest video about what your favorite music is, or your favorite band, or your favorite musician, performer, whatever. And I couldn't give just one because there were several that hit me in different ways. And I think I had said that, I mean, the truth is I loved Frank Sinatra. I mean, there was that wonderful sound. And then I mean, God, I remember the songs of the 50s and all of those performers. And I said the band leader, Tito Puente, because he taught me to move my hips. And Tom Barabbas because the New Age music fed my soul. So it's interesting. I think music can be such an important part of our lives. So I would ask you the same thing. What do you love? What artists speak to you or make you feel something special when you think about them or play their music? Anything special? Or should I just leave that? Hi, Melissa. Yes. Yeah, a lot of people said Elvis. A lot of people said Elvis. Yeah. Hallelujah. Yeah. Yeah. My friend Jackie loves Elvis so much that she tends to play him on Sirius Radio. Actually, she's getting better about it. It got to the point where I couldn't stand it anymore because it was all she played every single time I got in the car. But yeah. And I found for me, as I said, when I discovered, sounds strange, but I discovered Dean Martin as a singer. Oh, I love Andrea Bocelli. I also love Josh Groban. And I said one of the people who, the Beatles, right? One of the people who touched me the most, Maureen, hi, I'm so glad that you came here. Um, songs are poetic. Oh, I think that's great. Um, Susan Boyle touches me to my very core because I feel with her, Neil Diamond, the Beach Boys, the Beatles, the Four Seasons, absolutely, John Denver. Oh, Barry Manilow. Oh my God, yes. And oh God, Nat King Cole was incredible. And who was that other one on the tip of my tongue? But I think the thing for me that so touches me about Susan Boyle, her voice is beautiful. I love music from the 50s and 60s as well. Yes. Oh, hi, Bella. Oh my God, it's one of those nights. Johnny Mathis. That's what I was thinking of, but couldn't conjure up. I loved Johnny Mathis. Yeah. I remember the first time I heard him and I said, who is that? Because he had a different sound. And I loved it. I just loved it. It's music really does affect us in so many visceral ways, doesn't it? Bella, it's really great to have you here with us, but I'm sorry that you're not sleeping. How are you? I really have to be playing catch up. I did see a few of your videos, but I have to be playing catch up with it. I really have been trying to get some stuff done here, so I haven't been on as much watching the Bee Gees. Yep. I also remember one of the songs that was very meaningful to me because of the stage of my life I was at. Billy Joel. Yep. The Vogues, Dave Clark, Five, Air Supply. Absolutely, Air Supply too. Yep. Um, the Great I'm the Great Pretender. Who was that? Who was that group again? Oh yes, I'm the Great Pretender. I have no voice, and I do sound like I'm coming down with her cold. I mean, the Temptations. The Temptations, absolutely. Oh my God. Oh, this is so taking me back. I'm just loving tonight. I really feel like I'm just on this journey into the past. Roy Orbison, absolutely. The Carpenters, I loved Karen Carpenter. Pretty Woman. Yep. Wow. The Platters. Yes. Yes, I loved the Platters. Wow. Some really, really special times, and they, yes. Oh God, they were so good. They did sing, that it was the Platters. They did that, and were they also the ones who sang Silhouettes? Silhouette, 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 silhouettes, silhouette, silhouettes. Oh, da 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 da. I don't remember the lyrics. The silhouettes on the shade. I wonder, was that them as well? The Supremes. Diane, yes. Dionne Warwick was incredible. Little Anthony, yes. Jackie, oh my God. Did it really? Smoke Gets in Your Eyes. Yes, I love that song. Also, when you say Smoke Gets in Your Eyes, immediately Autumn Leaves came to mind. It's the same kind of feeling for me. And I love that. I really love that. Was Silhouettes Herman's Hermits? For heaven's sakes. Oh, there is a song, if any of you don't know it, there was a country song many years ago that I fell in love with. It just cracked me up. It was called, let me think of the name. Oh God, it's gone. Eric Clapton. Yes, absolutely. Every time I think of him. Oh, Barbara Streisand, of course. Put Another Log on the Fire. That's what the country song was called. And if you've never heard it, look it up on YouTube and listen to it once. The lyrics of that song absolutely cracked me up the first time that I heard it. And I used to, I used to wait for it to come on because I loved listening to it every time. I said whoever wrote that had a great sense of humor. Cook me up some bacon and some beans, exactly. Yep. Put another log on the fire. Yeah, cook me up some bacon and some beans. And I don't want to talk about what the song is really about because you have to hear it to really appreciate it for the first time if you haven't heard it. I think it's just a lot of fun. Yes, yes, exactly. Yep. I love country music too. Some country songs have really touched me deeply. Patsy Cline, I loved Patsy Cline. How sad it was that she died so young. Yeah, it really is funny. Willie Nelson, I used to love to listen to Willie Nelson. I loved his voice. That's funny. It's making you hungry. Yeah, Patsy Cline is great. I love all of it. Oh, yes, Dolly Parton. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, you're cracking me up with the lyrics. You really are. Neil Sedaka, yes. Yeah, it really, just fun times. Oh, did they? Blue Eye song? Hi, Shar. Blue Eye song. Is that a specific song, or are you talking about Blue Eyes, Frank Sinatra? I think I'm not going to be able to stay on too much longer because my leg is really starting to hurt. I can't seem to find the proper position for myself tonight. I wonder if that means you meant Frank? Yeah, Frank was great. Neil Diamond, too, absolutely. Crying in the Rain. I loved listening to Kenny Rogers. The funny thing is, really, when I was doing my radiation therapy and I could no longer stand listening to Dean Martin because of the association with the radiation, I started listening to Kenny Rogers after that for the rest of the treatments, and I found him very soothing too. So just to kind of lie there and listen to the music was nice. It was really good. Good, thank you. Thank you very much. So yeah, I just it's amazing how music hits us. I think literary things can do the same thing for those of us who like to read. Is there a special book that's meaningful to you? I agree. The 60s and 70s music, a lot of it was really great. When I think about books, do they? Bing Crosby, to this day, when I hear a song of his, and of course during Christmas you'll hear some of those songs, he had such an easy way about him with his singing. To Kill a Mockingbird. Yeah, yeah. In terms of books, there are a couple of books that come to mind for me immediately when I think of books that have been my favorites. I absolutely loved The Thornbirds. I couldn't put it down. It just really got to me. Belva Plain as a writer, her stuff just really got to me. Firefly Summer. I don't know that one. I don't know that one. Ma Belle. Okay. Herman Wouk's books. There were so many really great books out there. There really were. The Thornbirds movie. Yeah. The book just held me though. I was enraptured by it. Sidney Sheldon. Absolutely. I'm going blank on my favorite Belva Plain book all of a sudden, and I adored it. You saw the most gorgeous priest? Oh, really? Yeah, it is fun topics tonight, isn't it? Thanks, Donna. Yes, I am actually waiting to get started writing my book. Richard Chamberlain did the series. Yeah, he did. Yeah. I remember thinking, oh my God, I would have been in love with him too, watching that. How could you not? Ashes of Roses. Wasn't Ashes of Roses, was that her favorite color? Or was that from Steel Magnolias? Why do I seem to remember Ashes of Roses, Steel Magnolias? The priest was drop dead stunning, young and handsome. Oh, I would have swooned too, Carla. Absolutely. Yeah. Son of a gun. Yep. Yeah. Oh, you didn't see Steel Magnolias. I don't know why Ashes of Roses I thought was the color, but maybe it was something else similar. Yes, Richard Chamberlain. I liked Richard. I mean, I remember him from those days, but I liked him even better as he got older. I really did. He had more substantial kind of look for me. That Richard Chamberlain is an artist. So many performers have been really good artists. Yeah. Um, what's his name? Tony Bennett is an artist. Frank Sinatra painted. Rich Man, Poor Man. Yes, I know you meant loved. I read it as loved. Danielle Steele, absolutely. That was easy reading. The Other Side of Midnight. Yeah, there was some really books, they can leave you because you can really imagine it in any way that works for you, and everybody's vision of it can be different and can be equally stunning in its impact on us. So it's really, really impressive. I love, it's been a while since I picked up a good book, but I do have to start to write. I really do want to start to write. Oh, The Help. I agree with you. The Help was a wonderful book. Oh, is that what it was? I'm going to have to look up and see what the color was in the Thornbirds, because there was something like that, and I could have sworn it was Ashes of Roses, that Sally Field's character mentions that her daughter loved. Really? Wow. 9 kids. Wow. I really haven't been reading books lately. I really haven't. And I used to love to read. I used to read a lot. I started to read something on Kindle, just wasn't the same thing. The Notebook. Oh my God, The Notebook was incredible. Yeah, really was. That was a wonderful story. Audiobooks is great because if I could do audiobooks, I could do it in the car and listen to it. That would be terrific. Yes. Yeah. I wish I could remember the name of the Belva Plain book. That was my favorite of her books. Let me just look it up. Um, it's going to drive me crazy. Oh, was it not Evergreen? Was it Evergreen? Tapestry? Blessings? No, it wasn't that. What was it? Was it Evergreen? It might, could it have been Evergreen? Oh my Lord, I think I'm losing it. The Notebook was a wonderful story. I bet it was Evergreen. Wasn't Tapestry. I bet it was. I wonder if I still have that book somewhere. If I do, I'm going to have to reread it because it really touched me tremendously. Do you ever reread books? I've been known to do that in the past. I also have an incredible collection of metaphysical books, and I tend to go back and reread portions of them as well. So Yeah, books have meant a lot to me in my lifetime. When I was very young and when I was involved in theater and that whole movie making thing and all of that, I had, I like nonfiction also. I do too. I like that. But I used to read plays when I was a teenager, and I loved reading plays. I don't know that that would be my first choice at this point, but back then I loved it. Jamie. Who's Jamie? Oh, James. Oh, okay. That's the Outlanders, is it? Leonardo da Vinci? Yeah. Leonardo, he was so incredible. Oh my God. Yeah, he was amazing. Wasn't it Leonardo da Vinci also who wrote backwards or upside down or both? Downton Abbey was a great series. Yeah, there are so many special things. Son of a gun, I haven't heard expressions like that or he could leave his shoes under my bed in a long time. He was a genius. He really was. It was amazing. The funny thing is, I used to write backwards when I was young. Leave his boots under your bed, you betcha. Absolutely. The scary thing is, and it shows you, I've been good at a lot of things in my lifetime. Choosing men has not always been my long suit. To give you an example, when I was a young girl, I would have said that about Rock Hudson. What did I know? Oh well. Oh well. I also was in love with Robert Redford until I met him, and he was very nice. Don't get me wrong, he was really very nice, but he was very short. Rock Hudson was handsome. He really was handsome. But what can I say? He would have loved my husband a whole hell of a lot better than he loved me. Yes, he was. Very short. He was very short. Um, I was wearing heels. He was shorter than I was. Kevin Spacey. Yeah, well, that's really funny. Son of a gun. I have a feeling that you know, with the right boots, that someone could light my fire at least for a minute. They're all short. A lot of them are short. They really are. Yeah. Oh, hello there, Susan. I was talking about you earlier. How are you? We've been having so much fun here tonight. We were talking about what you had been talking about on the video about music and how music affects you and the music that's important to you. And we kind of went through a little bit of that. So that was kind of fun. How's the Des man? Yeah. So it was really fun. But you would love our latest conversation the best, Suze. We're talking about whose boots under our bed would really set our hearts on fire or whatever. Antonio Banderas certainly was it was an attractive man. I haven't seen him lately. Yes, a very sexy man. Absolutely. Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman, absolutely. Yep. Let me think if there's anybody. Well, I have to tell you, I absolutely loved um who's your crush? I absolutely loved Hugh Grant. I found Hugh Grant very sexy. He really appealed to me a lot. Oh, come on, tell us. Barry White. I agree. Great voice. Hugh Grant from Notting Hill. I adored him in that movie. I absolutely. Mel Gibson's very short, too. I think. I think Mel Gibson was very short. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure on that one. Right. Colin Firth. Nice choices. Ian McGregor. Oh, you know who else? What's his name? Oh God. The guy who played in the movie. The guy who played in the movie with. Let me think. It's with. The movie was with Hugh. Was it Hugh Grant now? Oh God. Where he's. Oh God. All right, let me see. I'm missing something, so I need to look back. Finally got you. Why does who look so young? Yeah, I'm a little behind. Me? Me looks so young? Oh, it's probably my curly locks. I'm wearing a little, a little cheapy. Paul Newman was gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, the weight loss definitely probably had something to do with it. Also, the stuff I'm using on my eye bags is helpful. And maybe I've got a little bit of hope for the future, so maybe some of that. I don't know. Okay. Chuck Woolery, John, John Schneider, and Chris Christie. Oh. Oh, shoot. I forgot to replug this and now the battery's low. If I'm getting a cold, I'm going to kill her. I really am. Wait, oh, Tom Selleck was. Okay. I have to tell you, one of my favorites was John Shea. I absolutely adored John Shea. Liam Neeson, I agree with you. I think Liam Neeson is great. Chris Christie, I don't know, isn't Chris Christie the politician who was overweight? Do you guys know John Shea? Liam Neeson. I'm going to kill that girl if I get her cold. You like them young and thin. Good for you. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. In that case, you got it. Richard Gere. He's also short-ish. Paul Newman. He's not short. Pierce Brosnan. I adored Pierce Brosnan. Absolutely. Well, we didn't specify he has to be alive. Yes, absolutely. In any case, I had a tremendous, not a crush exactly, on, okay. Oh, yeah, I can see where he would have been. You love John Wayne? Oh, if we're going to go back to those days, I was very attracted to Gregory Peck, and I know that, and Cornell Wilde, and Robert Taylor. Loved Jimmy Stewart. Atticus Finch. Yes. Yes, I like tall men also. Gregory Peck. Cary Grant, absolutely. Tyrone Power. Yep. Jimmy Stewart. Oh my God, I adored him. I really adored him. Yeah, I prefer them alive too, Suze. I really do. Harrison Ford, got to give you that. Harrison Ford was at a party that David was at recently in California. He and Callista Flockhart. Yeah, Robert Mitchum. I'm trying to think who else of that generation. But there were so many. There just were so many. And then so many of them turned out to be gay. Oh well. Gary Cooper, yes. Casablanca. Oh, did you? Of course I remember him. Yep, I remember him well. He was tall, wasn't he? I love it. I had a friend who, well, I mean, she actually did sort of, yeah, I liked him in a lot of things. I really did. I also loved him in Sabrina, the remake. Uh, forgot what I was going to say. James Taylor. Uh, do any of you remember John Shea, the actor? Randolph Scott. Yeah, they were talking about Randolph Scott. Burt Lancaster. Do you? Son of a gun. Uh, yeah, you're kissing Bogart. I actually sat in a limo with Humphrey Bogart and Rod Steiger when they were making the movie The Harder They Fall. And they were so nice. They really were. They were kidding around with us. I was with my girlfriend. They were kidding around with us. We were very young at the time, but I always looked a little bit older than my age, so we had a good time. There were so many, but there were so many actors and actresses that I met back in the day. September 23rd. Sean Penn. 21st. What am I missing? Oh, I definitely missed a little bit of this talk. I'm going to kill myself if I get this cold. Exactly 40 years apart. Oh, Leonard Cohen's birthday. Dustin Hoffman is short, very short, absolutely. Yeah, there were so many of them who were really short. Patrick Swayze. Desi's short. My little guys are short too, Suze. My Bailey and my Milo. Birds on a wire. Aw. Wow, this has been quite a trip down memory lane. He has an adorable everything. Absolutely, absolutely. Are you asking me or the group at large? Birds on a wire. Me? You know, this probably would sound really strange because it's something I started to think about recently. If I met somebody that I really felt that way about, I think I would. Would you? I really think I would, but I would need to feel that way. I think it would not have to be somebody to just have a companion. You can't? Why? Oh, oh. Well, but maybe you could. What if you didn't need it? Yes, believe it or not. How do you like that? How scary is that, Carol? Yeah, it would definitely have to be the right person for me. Social Security. Yeah, I really met a lot of people who were who had money back in the day because of, you know, my connections that I made, certainly when I was working at Sotheby's. A lot of the people who bought and sold in those auctions were certainly in that higher economic realm, and so many of the people that I met along the way, but it was never a factor for me. Now it would be handy. Actually, somebody who got Social Security would be handy at the moment. So, you know, if we could pool our resources and survive, that would be a good thing. So it's all relative, is it not? Uh, yeah. Yeah, it's nice to have. It's definitely nice to have. But, you know, it's funny. My brother was having a conversation with me at one point, and this is my younger brother, and he was telling me at the time, he said, when one is thinking about retiring, that he said Social Security is a drop in the bucket in terms of what you need. And I said to him, but you have to realize that for many, many people, it is their bucket. And interestingly, it sort of became my bucket when I had this whole issue about working. So it's all relative. It is all relative. Yeah. So it is what it is. I think it depends here with Social Security. Who's Social Security? Yeah, it is peanuts. Certainly in terms of being able to survive. But after a background check and a credit check, yeah, I'm with you, Sylvia. You bet. Yeah, you definitely want to make sure you're never too old. Snow on the roof. Absolutely, I agree with you. Survivor benefits are taken away. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, we pay into it forever, and then what do we get? Oh, you're in the mountains of Tennessee? Where are you? I had a gal who became a close friend of mine, and I trained her. She worked with me for a while. I adored her. She came from Sevierville, up in the mountains. Hi, Michelle. Social. Dolly Parton, I'm with you. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I know a number of people in Tennessee now. Birdstown. Is it anywhere near Sevierville? Do you know? That's near Gatlinburg. Yeah, they say it's really lovely. I've never been there myself. Oh, it is? Yeah. Yes. Yeah, that's true, Myra. That really is true. Oh, northeast of Nashville. Oh, okay. Uh, yep. I think tonight has been so much fun, hasn't it? I really have had such a great time with you all. What is it? Yeah, you do have common law. 7 years, I believe. Willie Nelson, gas station, gas station food hall. Oh, yuck, yuck. Oh, thanks, Denise. It's kind of fun. It's a cheapy hairpiece, but it's fun. Yeah, that is hard. Talking about the worst name for a video, by the way, they show you those suggested videos, and I sometimes get really weird videos. I wound up listening to 911 tapes. Did anybody ever get that come across their videos? And I was hooked on that for a while today. It was one 911 tape after the other, and you start listening to these people and all the crazy things that they say. Oh, it doesn't look cheap. Good. Oh, there's no common law in Maryland. Interesting. Son of a gun. I thought it just was automatic. They don't have it? Wow. $911. There was a 911 message thing, a thing on my videos that came up this morning, and I clicked on it, and then it played one after another after another. Oh, is that what happened? He lived with his girlfriend for 27 years, and ugh, that's awful. Yeah, that's hard. That's really hard. So then you go from whatever lifestyle you had to suddenly scrounging around wondering how you're going to survive off it, I would imagine, unless you really had a great source of income yourself. Yeah. But that common law stuff really, I mean, they got carried away. That's hard. That's really hard. 27 years is a long time. That's really funny. Yeah. I thought it was in a lot of places after 7 years, but I'm not sure. Ouch. There is common law there. PA does have it. Uh, yeah. I probably don't have long enough left to be anybody's common law wife. Dirty judges. Yeah. Yes, that spell check is a pain. In France, after 6 months of living together? Really? Yeah. I think it would take a lot for me to live with somebody at this point. I just, I don't know. I think it would be hard. I'm just so set in my ways, I think. 1 year in Canada. Hello, Bob. Sign a prenup and just get married. You're right. Absolutely. Moral of the story: we all move. We all move to France. Right. Yeah. Yeah. I do too, Melissa. I do. But I've just, I'm so used to doing things in the way that I do them and living my life the way that I live it that I don't know. I don't know. I would love to. I don't know if it's silly and foolish at this stage of my life, but I would love to love someone or be loved as well. France taxes, they tax you at over 60%. Good grief. It's not bad enough here. Wow. That is not fun. Love, yes, love is good. Yes, and I love you all. I really do. They tax you for a dog. Wow. I was going to say for being one or having one. I'm a total romantic too. It's terrible. I shouldn't be. I really shouldn't be at this stage of my life. Aw. sometimes it's just not meant to be, or maybe the timing is just off. Yep, this is true. Yeah, that is a difficult thing, training a man to lower the toilet seat. I have found that one to be enormously challenging over the years. Absolutely. I missed the last part of that last message. Oh, that's funny, Denise. That's really funny. Living in New York is hard. It's really so expensive here. It really is. And a lot of the kids, as they've grown up lately, move out of state because it's just too expensive to live here. Oh, okay. It's interesting how the laws vary in different places for so many things. I agree with you on that, Michelle. Do they? Oh, my Lord. Did you, Suze? You kept getting knocked down and robbed. Oh, for heaven's sakes. Oh, yeah. There are always little things. There are always little things with anything. If two women who cared about each other as friends lived together, it would be the same thing. You were taught to keep everything in your underwear. Well, now that could be an interesting thing if somebody tried to rob you then. I know you do. I know you do, Bella. No, I never had a problem either with that, thank God. Well, that's not true. One time, many, many years ago, in your shoe, right? Many, many years ago, when I was with Bill, we were going to this really lovely restaurant in the city, and we had to walk about a half a block from the car to the restaurant. And this guy walked down the street. His head was bandaged, and you could see some blood leaking out over here through the bandage. And he went up to Bill and he reached his hand out to talk to him. And I disappeared around the corner so fast, you would have thought I was training for the marathon. It was really, really funny. And after it was over and Bill came over to me, he said to me, "My hero." You sort of never know what you'll do in a circumstance like that. But that guy scared the hell out of me. He really did. I think that bleeding bandage was like, what is going on here? Uh, yeah, I think that that's not an unusual thing, Belle. My friend Jackie talks about that too. So I think that's probably a common thread. See, with me, if something goes missing, I know it's me or the dogs. So, oh my Lord, we're running really, really long tonight. I think I really probably should start to wrap this thing up. I sort of hate to because I've been having such a good time with you tonight. I cannot tell you. This was really, really fun. I hope you all enjoyed it as much. I feel like this was even better than our New Year's Eve party. Yeah, this was really good. Aw. Take care, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful night. And let's try to think about some things we can talk about that are meaningful for all of us next time. It's great to see you, Bella. I'm really happy to have you spend some time with us. Good night. Good night. Absolutely therapeutic. I adore you so much also. Yes, I wish we could. Really wish we could. Take care. I love you all. Bye-bye.